There are a lot of Chinese restaurants in New York City, but only a handful of them are Chinese Latin or Chino Latino restaurants. La Dinastia on West 72nd Street is one of them. Why did you pick this restaurant for your birthday celebration?
That was our first date. This is my husband. That was our first date.
Mhm.
And he
We're
took,
dating.
yeah, we came here
Mhm.
and I love the Spanish food because I'm Cuban
Mhm.
and they cook delicious. And then we started bringing my son when he was 8 years old, but now he's 28, going to be 29.
Wow.
And and we brought the little kids.
Oh, hey.
Grandkids.
Great
And that's
kid.
my daughter.
Mhm. What is Chino Latino cuisine? Why is this a thing despite Latin America being the farthest region from China? How did they come to New York City? And why do their customers love it? Today, I'm visiting La Dinastia to try some of their iconic dishes that have been served since the 1980s and to speak with the owners about the story behind this place. La Dinastia was opened by Chinese Peruvian immigrant Juan in 1986. After Juan retired, his son Richard and his right-hand man, Michael, became the new owners. So tell me about yourself.
I'm Chinese, South American born.
Mm-hmm.
Was born in Uruguay, Montevideo. But when I was 10 years old, parents when they come to the United States, 'cause in that time the country was not doing too well.
Mm-hmm.
So we came here, it was a struggle. But as we come to the United States, we spend time with like every Asian with relatives.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not in New York, it was in Arizona. Been for 10 years there. Until I'm 20 years old.
So Spanish is your first language?
Spanish is my first language, then English,
Mm-hmm.
and then Chinese. Chinese is my worst language. I only learn it because I gotta meet. If I want to meet the girl, somebody, I had to speak some Chinese
Right. But
somehow.
you speak Cantonese or Mandarin? Cantonese?
Mostly Cantonese because
Right.
most of my friends are from Cantonese.
Unlike Michael, Rachel's dad, Juan, was born in China and moved to Peru in his late teens.
I'm born and raised here in New York City. I'm from Queens, New York. I am the son of two immigrant parents, and my mom is from Peru, and my father's from China.
Most Latinos with Chinese roots are Cantonese, originally from the Guangdong province in South China. It is about at least 9,000 miles from China to Latin America. How did they end up there? Actually, Chinese immigration to Latin America came in different time periods, with the first beginning in the 19th century. At the time, China was largely closed off from the outside world. But the Opium Wars initiated by Britain in 1840 opened up Chinese ports to foreign powers and worsened the internal turmoil China was already facing. This prompted many people, especially from Guangdong, which was one of the open ports, to look for opportunities elsewhere in order to escape war. At the same time, on the other side of the world in Latin America, the transportation of enslaved Africans had been abolished, so the European and American colonial powers began sourcing labor from China. Many Chinese laborers were deceived into a contract that they didn't fully understand. So some of them end up working on sugar plantations in Cuba or extracting guano in Peru. The immigration continued in later waves during the Sino-Japanese Wars and again after the communists took over China. Juan moved from China to Peru in the 1960s, then to New York, where he met other Latinos.
So we opened up La Dinastia back in 1986, 39 years ago.
Before you were born, right? I heard of that.
Yes. Right before I was born.
Michael's family moved to New York City when he turned 20.
And then when we came here, I need to go. See, we are the older, me and my sister. We went to find a job to go to work. So I work with my cousin in a Chinese Spanish restaurant. And after a couple of years, I left and I come to work at a very famous restaurant called Flor de Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Mm-hmm.
So and then ever since then, I like it to work in the restaurant because I like to deal with people. I like to socialize with people. You will learn much more with that. Ever since then, I met my wife through the restaurant. Someone introduced my wife.
Michael met Juan in the Chinese Peruvian restaurant Flor de Mayo, which was one of the earliest Chino Latino restaurants.
Juan was one of the owners of Flor de Mayo. So I met him there. When Flor de Mayo, the lease is up, Philip, the other part of the owner, went up to 103, and Juan came down here. Asked me, hey, you want to come down? So I said, okay, fine. I like to deal in the Upper West Side. I've been dealing for years, so I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I've been here since 1979.
The Upper West Side has been home to the Chinese Latinos since the 1960s, largely because of the social unrest and economic instability in Latin America. After the Cuban Revolution in 1959, many Chinese Cuban business owners fled the country in search of better opportunities. Many of those chose New York City, possibly because of its large Chinese population. Once settled, they sought opportunity to serve working-class Latinos and the broader immigrant community. So once again, they opened up restaurants. These restaurants have become hubs for Asian Latinos and have drawn many others to work and build a community here. So what's the iconic dishes here?
So what we have here is the chuletas fritas with some plantains, green plantains, tostones. So one of the dishes that I'm known for. Also, we have here the chicharrones de pollo sin hueso with the sweet plantain maduros. Got some rice and beans, some some green sauce for the crackling chicken. Very delicious. It goes pairs well for the chicken. This is something that close to over 40 years ago, my father and his partners thought of something that they tried to serve, and it kind of worked out.
It's very good.
Yeah. Very nice and smooth and creamy. Yeah.
Tell me about the green sauce. How was it made?
We are brought in my brother-in-law to bring the green sauce. He come from Venezuela, made with ingredients, cilantro, avocado. Basically, that's the two main ingredients, and the third one is fresh garlic. And then put it all together with really good mayo.
I know that ropa vieja is actually one of the iconic Cuban dish. And what's the difference between the Cuban style and the Chinese Latin style, like Chinese Cuban style?
There is no difference. When you come in here, we serve Chinese Cuban cuisine. I like to say this is a Chinese Cuban restaurant. Please do not get confused. That is a fusion. We are not a fusion restaurant. It's a Chinese menu and a Spanish menu. La Dinastia has kept their Chinese and Latino menus separated, but a true fusion of Chino-Latino food definitely exists. This is not a fancy brainchild of a modern chef, but a legacy of a cultural integration. After completing their contract, many Chinese opened up restaurants and grocery stores. The Chinatown in Havana, Cuba's capital, was once the second largest in the Americas, after San Francisco's. And one of the most iconic dishes is arroz frito. The Chinese use local rice, stir-fry it in a wok with pork or shrimp, and added Cuban touches like black beans and plantain. But Chinese Peruvian food? That takes it to a whole different level. Lomo saltado, literally means stir-fried beef, is considered one of Peru's national dishes. It is a beautiful fusion. The Chinese like brown soy sauce, oyster sauce, stir-fried techniques, and a wok. The Peruvian added ají amarillo, potatoes, and tomatoes. The result is something uniquely Peruvian, yet shaped by the Chinese influence. Honestly, I was expecting dishes like lomo saltado or the Cuban fried rice that combines the Chinese and Latino flavors. So it was a bit of surprise to me that they kept the menu separate instead of making it fusion. When my father came here, this was a Cuban restaurant. A lot of my older customers that have been coming here for the past 40, 50 years, they even remember the name of the restaurant. That's why I know the name, El Principe. That was the Cuban restaurant that was here. My father, when my father came in here, he looked at the menu and he wanted to keep a few of the Cuban dishes. I would love to keep things as it is, no changes.
Because the customers love it?
That, and I have so much heritage, been here for so long.
Yeah.
To change it would just be ruining things. I don't even want to add too much things to the menu, but if anything, I would love to take away more dishes because I don't like such a extensive menu myself. But in terms of changes, I'm just trying to keep things the way it is. Fusion or not doesn't really matter. What matters is that customers love it, and this is how they celebrate their heritage.
How long have you been visiting here? Since when?
Wow. My God.
Like you said, 8 years old.
8 years old.
8 years old. He's 20.
20,
Yeah,
so
like
it's
20 years.
20
about
years.
20.
Wow.
But 20, 22, right? When we was dating, right? Something like that.
Well,
Yeah.
we work at Lincoln Center. So from there we come here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So once we started coming here from Lincoln Center, we came here on our off time. And then we started bringing our family.
The story of La Dinastia is uniquely New York City. To me, what really special about La Dinastia isn't just the food, but a vibe between its customer and the staff.
Next time I got you guys. So,
You know all the customers, all your
yeah,
customers. You know their name.
And we met Mike. He was our first waiter. Believe it or not.
Oh, your first
Very
waiter.
good guy.
So you've been knowing each other for 20 years,
Yeah,
20 something years.
yeah,
Wow, that's
yeah.
cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Yeah.
And more to come, and more to come.
Uh-huh.
Show you how good the food is.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
delicious.
It's
yeah.
delicious. What's the best part and worst part of working here? I think best part is gonna be dealing with customers, right?
Yes.
And socializing
Yeah,
with people.
socially with people, yeah.
What's the worst part of working here?
What's the worst part? Teaching new people how to work. When I started it, it took me a while to get what I am now. But now the new generation is less talkable and it's more because maybe it's because of the phone or the social media that took them away from it, I think. And it's less talkable to the customer. I kept telling that is hard to teach more and more how to socialize. That's very important. Talk to you, man, yo.
Right. Yeah, because you're forming a community here. You know.
Yes,
sense of
everybody
community.
come in. They know me because you talk too much. Maybe one day, maybe I talk too much. Maybe, I don't know.
No,
Maybe
you're
one-
good. I think last time you mentioned you're gonna retire someday.
No, I'm not. I'm not retiring from work. I'm really is. I try to collect. I'm 67. But retirement, what you gonna do, man? Gonna work out? I go to YMCA. I don't want to work out all day long.
I work at YMCA too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah. So that you want to do it. Maybe 3 times is more than enough. But it basically, I come down and still gonna be working because I still have my daughter. She's only 14, and I definitely need to put some money for her education when she gets to college. It's very expensive. I can't believe it.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It is really cool to see Michael has been working here for more than 30 years and how the restaurant has served the community and is loved by the community. It has been here on the Upper West Side for 40 years, and I look forward to many more to come.